come from a background of IT and databases and reverse engineering. And I've always been like yourself, a very big skeptic of stuff. So I decided to hire out the most aggressive poltergeist house in the UK just to see if I could see anything. And I was there for 4 days, and it was the longest 4 days of my life. And because within 15 minutes of being in the place, crazy stuff started happening.
Really?
Yeah.
You documented this?
Oh, yeah, it's all on tape. Everything's all documented. And yeah, but what I went in there specifically for was to start to see if I could notice any patterns, because 30 East Drive is a very small building.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to start spotting the patterns compared to, say, a big building like a castle.
Right.
Because you just wouldn't be able to, it's so large, you wouldn't be able to see anything going on. There'd be noises all over the place.
Right.
But in 30 East Drive, because it's so small, it's actually very straightforward to reverse engineer what's going on there, because it's pretty much the same patterns keep reoccurring.
Now, famous haunted house in the UK?
Yeah, it's actually voted one of the most aggressive poltergeists in the UK. In fact, the police don't even go in there.
Really?
Yeah. So and it's been active for going on, I think, 30, 40 years. And it still does all the same things it did 40 years ago.
Was it like a murder or something?
No. Well, I mean, they try and tie it to a priest who died there or something going back 40 years. But
you have another idea of what this could be.
Well, the fact is that in England, UK specifically, is that you would be lucky to find a bit of ground where someone didn't die.
Yeah, that's right.
Because of our history and all that. So, you could take any bit of land and say, oh, someone died there 400 years ago, Yeah. But what these what the mainstream paranormal investigators do is, like a building will become active, and then all they do is they just hit the history books, because they just assume it's dead people, and then they find, oh, there was a murder there 30, 40 years ago. They've come back to haunt it, and that's really it, and they roll with it, and that's how the mainstream deals with it. But my approach was very different. I just went in there as a blank sheet and just started just to see what I would find. Yeah. What you get in poltergeist specifically is you get banging, scratching, objects thrown, things catching fire,
cupboards opening, closing.
That's right. Yeah, you get strange electrical effects. You get headaches. You get nausea. You pass out. All very distinctive patterns.
Yeah.
And this replicates all around the world.
Yeah, and for those wondering where a good example of this might be, you don't have to look any further than what's happening on Skinwalker Ranch, really, and the history thereof.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've got a large, vast history of poltergeist activity there, but not only that, just like you said, you've got people falling ill to what seems like some type of radiation sickness.
Correct, yeah, because it's the same thing all over the world. It's the same system all over the world.
Okay.
This here is 30 East Drive. And you can see it's a normal building, brick building, and then you've got this bit attached to the side of it. And this bit here is the most important part.
That's the haunted part?
That's where the main events occur, like the banging occurs. But actually all the activity occurs on the top floors here. But this is where the actual banging occurs, down here. So this is actually the staircase inside the building. And if you get your meters out, and if you walk up these stairs right here, you'll feel dizzy. Every time you walk past these steps, you feel dizzy. And it's like a sudden dizziness. That's the way you describe it. But also, if you have like your EMF detectors and other detectors and stuff, if you put it at the top here, you'll get a very high electrical emissions, like literally off the scale. It's very high energy source.
Really?
Yeah.
And you have footage of that and
it's all
documents.
I've got it all on my YouTube and X and stuff. It's all documented.
Interesting.
So even if you turn all the power off in the house, it's still there.
Electromagnetic fields.
Yeah. And so this is the same staircase right here. And what people are seeing are these like black masses moving around. And this is actually very common. People see this a lot. They mostly see it in basements and attics. And it looks like a black mass that moves really fast. It's like it'd be there and then it goes like that real quick. It's like instant acceleration. It can move without weight or resistance. And it moves at a set rate of speed. And it moves in a digital way. So it's not like speeding up. It just goes like that, very, very fast. So I got hold of this image here, and this is the black mass as it goes past. And what you see, this is like a filtered image, so to bring out the detail. And you have a lot of noise all up here, but then right in the middle here, just the top center, you see what looks to be a small ball or a small sphere. And that kind of caught my interest because I was like, well, that's an artificial shape. in noise.
Mm.
You know, that's from an IT point of view, that's like
right. A round
noise.
object would be artificial.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Digital object might be a little bit more jagged.
Correct. Yeah. So this is another image I got hold of, and this here is again filtered image, and what comes out is a small silver ball. It's about the size of a baseball. So anyway, I finally saw this, and when I saw it, it was like all the jigsaw puzzles parts all just clicked together. And in fact, when I, because I've been working so long at this, when I saw it, I actually started shaking. This trail has also been replicated over Skinwalker on their IR cameras. They have like a distinctive trail going by. It's like a lensing effect as they go by. And then this one here then goes here, then it ducks back, and then it sits there for a little while.
Yeah, it's wild. That's clearly, there's clearly something there. Yeah.
I've been in 30 East Drive where we got the camera set up, and you see these little balls like on the IR camera in the upstairs room, and they'll fly through the ceiling into the lounge, do a couple of curls, then go up again. So it's clearly intelligent flight control. It's not like just random dust blowing around. So this here is a few examples. So this was taken in the US. So this was taken in the English Field, and this was taken in 30 East Drive. And you can see it's the same little ball.
Little light orbs.
Little light ball, yeah. The only difference is in this state here is like in a low power state where all you see is like a silver ball. Well, and here as well. But in this one here, you see it's glowing. And this is where people get confused, where it's saying it's plasma orbs or silver spheres or different things, but they're not. They're the same thing. What it is that when these things are powered up, or how it logically maps out, is when these things are powered up, they're producing a high energy field around them, which is energizing the gas molecules in the environment surrounding them, which then produces a glow. It's the same process as lightning.
The theory is, drop something in the kitchen. What happens to that sim?
That's right. He stays there cleaning it up.
He goes into the kitchen, hears a noise, a little bubble. He goes, ah.
That's right.
And he sweeps it up.
Yeah.
And so in that time, you're proposing that sphere is maneuvering through the house.
Or it's transmitting.
Or it's transmitting something, and it doesn't want you to fall ill.
Close.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all to do with the inverse square law of radiation.
And it seems so far-fetched. I'm not going to lie.
And it goes where it needs to go, but sometimes it has to route through populated areas, and then it uses buildings. And then, in fact, if you map all the haunted buildings in the UK, I mean, this is just a sample, but it makes a clear example. If you look, they all operate in lines and clusters, which basically mirrors our own microwave-based communication networks. Point to point, it works over topology.
So it like relays the information.
That's right. And because
it's not a straight line.
That's right, yeah. And because it's using microwaves, it means it's line of sight, which means it's stealth. Which means unless you're directing that line of sight, you won't be able to detect it, which is exactly what would be good for a stealthy network. The building with the door banging. This here is a coal shed door, and this is what was banging. And while I was up here in the bedroom area, up here. Now, the electronic emissions are occurring right here on the top floor above the stairs in the attic area, okay? So what is actually going on here? So when this sphere needs to broadcast and you've got people in the immediate area, it will bang this door, because if you look at the layout of the house, the coal shed door is the most furthest part of the building, like this. So
leading you away.
So what it does is it will bang the door. Everybody in the building will run downstairs to here, and then see this thing banging and going, what's going on? It must be, dead Auntie Elvis or something.
Sure, yeah.
And as a result, when it broadcasts, it's going through 1, 2, 3, 4 walls. So the radiation's been absorbed by every single wall. So what it's doing, this is evidence of artificial intelligence, because it's basically measuring where you are and then saying, okay, you need to be over there in the next 5 seconds. Bang, 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 bang. Everyone goes down.
How is it banging? Is it actually like banging itself against it, do you think?
I think so. So these things can pass through walls. So they've been observed to do a thing called quantum tunneling, which was observed during World War II. This is the same. It's the same thing as the Foo Fighters. So the Foo Fighters used to fly into the aircraft, fly around, and then fly out again. And they used to machine gun them, and the bullets would just pass over them or through them, and they wouldn't touch them. So what it appears to be is when it needs to broadcast, it will fly over here, and because these things, according to the US government, these spheres can go from 0 to Mach 2 in a heartbeat. So what it can do, it can fly over here, bang the door, like just physically against itself, boom, 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 boom. And then it will fly back again. And then everyone goes rushing down. Right. Once you're out of range, it
classic decoy.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have the type 3s down here.
Which are the little ones?
Yeah, the little ones. And this here actually represents the ground.
Sure.
So these here are like 10 feet, 15, 30 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Operating in buildings and so forth. And then what's happening is they're linking up to the type 2s. These are like larger variants of the same technology.
These are the ones that people catch on videos.
That's right. And they're always over treetop lines.
Basketball size.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
And these are about, maybe 200-300 feet, something like that. And then what happens is they link up to the even larger variants called the type 1b formation.
It's like giant triangular formation of spheres.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So this is...
and those are type 1s, the bigger ones.
That's right, yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah. And through the process I'll show you later, it means that it's actually tracking these right here. So what it's doing is saying, who are you? Who goes there?
Yeah.
And then, okay, you're okay. And then it disappears.
This is something I've seen. I remember watching multiple videos of air shows, and someone, because they're incredibly fast, but they're zipping by, and it's clearly a metallic sphere. Yeah. You're like, well, that's like not a balloon. Yeah. And, I'd always wondered, like, what's the point of that? Why are you demonstrating this? But this makes way more sense that it is some type of system. That is just basically checking up, making sure everything's okay, because this is anomalous. It's not a normal flight pattern. And that would make sense that the AI would pick that up. Yeah. So there's a video I'll play right now of one of those little spheres. It was recently in the UK as well, where they had the Jubilee or something. They were doing something.
Oh, yeah.
They had like one of those spheres fly by. Yep. Okay.
So I noticed that there's these operate in two main configurations. So yeah, this triangle here is doing a 2-dimensional scan of the sky, and then this fourth one here is doing a distance calculation. And when you fuse that data together, you get 3D tracking in space.
Interesting. Very cool. Show us some examples of this.
So this was over the UK coast, and you can see the type 1b formation right here, and this is the type 2.
Okay, and they're illuminated because
they're powered up. They're ready.
Okay, and they're illuminated because
they're powered up. They're ready. They're ready to go. And here's obviously the space explosion B-roll. I suppose you can mix that in, but
yeah.
See that,
and you can see
orbiting that planet over there.
These small lights kind of start coming in.
So that's a planet.
Well, he thinks it's a planet.
He thinks it's a planet.
Not sure
because it's bright, and he's like, "Oh, there's something orbiting this planet." You can hear him saying that. And so out of curiosity, he's filming through his phone. He's filming the telescope.
I'm going to be filming that planet just right.
Okay, so you can't even see it with the naked eye.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So that dot that was there is probably the moon or something, but what he's looking at, you can't see with the naked eye.
Yeah. Check this out.
And now watch this as he goes back to look at.
Oh my God! It blew up. What the hell?
It blew up.
Something just blew the hell up. It was orbiting, and now it blew
and if you look
up.
closely,
and
you
it's
can
in
see
outer
there's
space,
a triangle.
And it's no longer there.
Oh, I see.
And in that configuration, it's in a horizontal configuration, which means it's doing downward or upward trilateration.
So there's something in orbit or above orbit, even past orbit or somewhere, that's being completely obliterated. Clearly an explosion.
Yeah. So it appears to be like there's this AI-based network around us that is using an algorithm to intercept and destroy external threats, including other groups that are coming here, including maybe meteorites.
Including our own.
And maybe our own as well. I think...
nuclear threats. Like, I mean, if you have... what was it? The Big Sur event where they shot a rocket up.
That's right, yeah.
And then but they said a disc came around and started zapping it and then took the rocket down.
Yeah, correlates with what Dr. Beatrice has found. Well, she's found triplets up in the atmosphere. So which are coming and going.
In her slides.
Correct.
Those are the ones that were that she found. So for those wondering, Villarreal, I think her name is, Beatrice, she is put a lot of work into looking at these slides that she's taken from the past, telescope slides, I believe, photos that have been taken of our skies, and then noticed that a few of these bright lights would disappear when the Earth's shadow got between the sun and these objects, which if it was a star wouldn't be the case. So that's like a smoking gun, if I understand correctly, that these things, and this is prior to satellites. This is prior to us putting anything up there. There should be nothing up there.
That's right.
And yet these things are getting blocked out by the shadow of the Earth.
That's right.
Which means they're quite local.
That's right.
And you're saying they're in triangular formation.
Well, my model suggests, from what my data shows that these Type 1V formations are in big triangles.
So they've been here for a while.
A long, long time. Because there's images of them going back for decades, if not hundreds of years. There's even pictures in religious imagery of Type 1 spheres, look to be spheres in V formation. So been here for a long time, and in fact, I can kind of theoretically model how far along they've been here, because they say the Type 3s are responsible for poltergeist activity, and that's 100%. I'm actually 100% sure on that. And so all you have to do is Google when was the first recorded case of poltergeist activity, and it goes back to the 1st century.